There are, in essence, 4 complaints made by the CIE chairman, which Brian Joyce clearly believed added up to him being prevented from doing his job. But what both CIE and Mr. Joyce insist have nothing to do with his resignation was the fraught issue of rail safety, or the fact that there was a meeting to discuss an interim rail safety report scheduled for today. The first complaint is straightforward: the demand of CIE to be allowed to set its own fares without the involvement of the minister. The cost of the Lewis Light Rail project is also of deep concern to the former chairman. When first mooted, Lewis was to cost approximately £250 million for 2 tram lines. But changes to the project, including crucially the decision to put part of it underground, may now have driven the cost up to £1 billion. Another issue raised by the former chairman is how CIE is to be paid by the state to run services which are unprofitable for the operator, but may be immensely profitable in a wider sense in terms of the cars removed from the streets. The key issue here is how the state is to subsidise the operator to provide such services. CIE is paid a lump sum of £44 million for their provision, but wants instead a public service contract system. The profitability of services would be assessed, and if Route X was losing, say, £100,000 per year, the company would be paid that amount to run it. Such a system would be particularly amenable to the introduction of competition, with routes being put out to tender, and operating companies able to offer either a positive or negative amount to run them, depending on potential profits or losses. But perhaps the most potentially explosive charge is that of political interference in the management of the group, and CIE are dismissive of any suggestion that for there to be such interference, there must be a telephone call from the minister. The instrument of ministerial interference is seen by CIE as management consultant John Behan, who, as Human Resources Director of Aer Lingus, was central to the resolution of the team dispute. Now a consultant paid by CIE, neither participants nor observers seem to have ever been in any doubt as to his power in the public transport group, or precisely who it is that he represents. And sources today confirmed that there was what appeared to be a political attempt, which may or may not have involved Mr. Behan or Minister O'Rourke, to move the recent Dublin bus dispute out of the established industrial relations machinery, which only stopped when the most senior officials of the Labour Court and Labour Relations Commission insisted that it be dealt with there. And in the fraught world of industrial relations, the slightest sign that management aren't in the driving seat is a union negotiator's dream.